All right, friends. Hi. How's it going? How art thou? Hopefully amazing. My name is B. Just in case if you are new around these parts, if you're accustomed to being here, welcome back. Shockingly, I'm hot today. Voila. While I grab this to fan myself. Anyway, yeah, so today's Friday. Happy end of the week to you guys. It is February the 20th. Happy Pisces season. So we're slowly making our way into the astrological new year. I think we just had the eclipse in Aquarius. We just had the Chinese New Year begin. I think we're entering the year of the horse now. So yeah, very exciting things. Very exciting new energies. I've definitely been feeling the shift of energy as of lately as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys have too. Hopefully, this is kind of like making you hit the ground running. I know it's definitely making me hit the ground running. But I don't know. I have Saturn just moved back into home for me, so I'm kind of sort of starting my Saturn return. I'm also ruled by Saturn, and it's entering into Aries. I'm an Aquarius stellium, and I also just had that new moon eclipse in Aquarius, so I'm feeling a lot of good energy. I've been feeling really good lately, just extremely tired, but I think this Aries shift has been putting it in my mind of like hitting the ground running without burning out. There has to be a balance. So yeah, that's just what's been going on with me. Hopefully everything has been great with you guys. Again, this is going to be a love collective. Like, share, subscribe. Leave some comments if this resonates. Okay, if you want a personal reading, you can definitely do that. I'm running a $25 sale over on Twitter as of right now anyway, also for in-depth readings. So check down below in the description box, or make sure you follow me over on Twitter to make sure you catch those sales. Or you can skip the line on all of that, just jump over to my website, use the discount code for 10% off, and you can still get your reading without having to wait around for when I'm on sale. All right. So, yeah, these are already flipped over. So, all right, let's kind of jump into some things. Let's see what we're here to do. Let's see why we're here. I guess I'll start with some tarot since I'm here. And again, yeah, this is just going to be a general love message. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay, I'm going to throw a lot at the wall, take what sticks and apply what resonates. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Nothing I say here is meant to confuse and or trigger you. Okay. If at any given point you feel triggered, or you just feel like, maybe I said something that just kind of rubbed you the wrong way, turn this off. Maybe I'm not the reader for you. Maybe this isn't the video for you, or maybe now just isn't the time to be trying to receive these messages. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in though. Because again, I do have, this is my only off day. I've been working all week. Like I said, the eclipse, the shift in energy on top of like my cycle starting the day before the eclipse. I have been beat and whooped this week, especially because of work also. Like I've been really, 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 really like worn thin with work. So, today is a little bit of energy that I do have. I've been trying to rest real good to avoid from burning out. So, yeah, hopefully, I can get everything done that I wanted to do today and just stay on top of it because I have a even longer day tomorrow. I'm double at my job tomorrow, so I'll be there from before the sun comes up till the sun goes down. I'll be there all day. All right. So let's jump in for love. What do we need to know in love right now at this time for the collective? Allow these messages to find those who need these messages. Allow this to resonate for those who need it. Also, the lover's card is the first card out. Pretty self-explanatory. Right. So again, there's definitely looking like someone has their eye on you, or you might have their eye on them. With this particular deck for me though, this is a deck of someone might have their eye on you, person watching. Look how, there's someone in the middle. He has the hands of two women. Cupid is coming down, but Cupid is pointing directly at one woman. Okay, so for me in this particular deck, this is kind of the energy of like somebody might be choosing you. Don't worry about who has other options or who likes this person. Focus on the fact that this person likes you. So that's the first thing to know for somebody, okay? A lot of the times we do get really wrapped up in who likes the person that we like. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, somebody might like them. This person might have that eye on them. This person might think they cute. This person might, and it's like, yeah, but don't worry about who wants to talk to them. Worry about who they're talking to, aka you. Right, so that's what this feels like. This is my card, and this deck, the lover's card, is more of an energy of just because someone has suitors doesn't mean anything. Out of all of the options that they might have, even if they maybe are entertaining you and another person, this person is someone who's going to choose you. Or the divine, right, as you can see Cupid coming up above his head, or the divine is making this person choose you. But to me, it definitely indicates that like this person is choosing you. Okay. So if you're dealing with someone, that's definitely a first confirmation, maybe that you need to know. Maybe you're worried about picking options. You could be watching this and trying to figure out between two options. Maybe you're the one watching this and you like, no, I like this person and I like that person. I'm just trying to figure out who I want to talk to, right? There's two different paths to go down. The divine is letting you know who you should pick. Okay. And if you're the one between two options, you are the one that someone is wanting and willing to pick. Okay. You are the one that the divine is kind of pushing this person toward. Right. Taurus energy is here because I always kind of look at the background too in this card. You see that Taurus symbol, that moon. So again, the moon energy could be prominent. We just had a new moon, like I said. Taurus energy could be prominent and prevalent. Okay. What else do we need to know right now in love? Yeah, five of swords, right? For some of you, this is definitely about competition. So maybe you're watching this because you're dealing with someone who might have other suitors. The five of swords here, though, makes me feel like someone doesn't necessarily trust something. Someone feels like they have to look over their shoulder. Someone is kind of anticipating defeat. The two of swords is here also, which is like a decision, a choice, or a conscious effort to like work through something. If you're the one watching this, and again, maybe you're talking to someone, maybe you really like them, maybe you feel like they have other suitors, and they probably do, considering the Lover's card, right? How well can you really sit in the understanding and in the knowing that they still like you, they still choose you? That's what this feels like. Five of swords plus the two of swords energy does give me a seven of swords energy. You could maybe be feeling like maybe you don't trust somebody. Maybe you feel like someone has ulterior motives. Maybe you feel like, this is someone that you can't trust, well, because they tell me they like me, but how do I trust that? It's like, that might be again more of a conscious effort thing. The two of swords is here. How well can you make the conscious effort of really reprogramming your thinking and making the conscious choice to choose the narrative and the mindset, and to choose to entertain the thought of, no, this person likes me, no, they fuck with me, what's not to love? If it was between me and another motherfucker, why would they not pick me? Like, that would be crazy. Like, not picking me would actually be an injustice to yourself. Why wouldn't you want the best for you? Which I am the best for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of the vibe to kind of that is kind of given. But for some of you, it's like you feel like you should accept defeat. You feel you know, like this person has motives. Like, again, if this is someone talking and entertaining others, right? You could feel like, oh, they just playing the game, how the game go. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a player energy. You come over here, tell me what I want to hear. You go over there, tell them what they want to hear. You don't really mean any of it. That's not true, right? And for others of you, where you might feel like someone's dealing with other people, it could be very easy to slip into a mindset of, well, they're not going to pick me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it is down between me and another man, me and another woman, they not gonna pick me, they pick them. They probably like them more than me. They probably think they're better than me. They probably think they're cuter than me. They probably think they're cooler than me, which is like, again, is going to take a conscious effort, to really work through. It really just kind of depends on what thoughts you're entertaining and what thoughts you aren't entertaining. But again, as you can see, this Pluto with, I mean, Lord, not this Pluto. This Cupid is only pointing at one person. Cupid is not pointing an arrow at both people. It's pointing directly at the woman. Cupid is pointing directly at who this person should entertain, who this person would be better off with. Okay, so I do feel like, even though that, you might feel like person watching that this person wouldn't pick you or wouldn't talk to you or might have fucked up motives, it's like that's really not the case. You know what I'm saying? It's really just all in your head. It's really about, the narrative that you're entertaining really is what this feels like for some of you when it comes down to like what you need to know right now when it comes to love. Give me this Lover's card exactly. What is this? Who is this energy? Whose energy? What energy is this? What energy? Whose energy is this? Three of Pentacles did fall reversed. Whose energy? What energy is this? Ten of Wands also fell reverse. So this is someone who like Death card. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Death card down at the bottom of the deck. This is someone who, again, like for those of you where you have a suitor, right? Maybe you know or don't know or have suspicions that they're dealing with other people, right? This energy is very much giving me someone is choosing you. So that's a good thing to learn. Like if you're watching this for confirmation and clarity, maybe you do know that you're dealing with somebody who's talking to other people. Maybe you do know that this is someone who has like outside dealings outside of the connection they have with you. But this also feels like someone who is willing to choose you. You know, they feel like they can grow with you. For some of you, this feels like a message of them wanting to end things with any external sources. So if they are dealing with you and dealing with other women, dealing with you and dealing with other men, this feels like the energy of someone who wants to wrap that up. Death card down at the bottom of the deck. Three of Pentacles here is reversed. So this is like if they do have other suitors, Three of Pentacles reversed. Ten of Wands is also reversed. This is someone who might feel like the extra person might bring more baggage to them, might bring more responsibility and obligations, someone they can't really build with and be a team with, right? The Three of Pentacles is an energy of also wanting to be a team, also needing to build together, right? It's like Shaq and Kobe vibes. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers wasn't as great as the Lakers was back then because one over the other one. Nah, they were a team. They worked together in order to really build and push everyone forward, right? This feels like someone who wants that, wants someone who can really push them forward. They can push you forward. You guys can build together. Things can materialize. Things can really progress. This feels like someone who, if they are, like I said, having it like an external third party kind of situation going on, they don't really feel like they can get that out of this person, despite for whatever reason they might be dealing with them, right? And you know that kind of happens. You can like a person all day, all night long, but can y'all really work together, right? Love is not enough. And as much as I've been doing my TikTok lives, because I've been doing lives over on TikTok as of lately instead of Twitter, and I feel like a main message that I always have to tell them is that love is not enough. Stop sitting around waiting for these suitors to come back and pick you. Move on with your life and really take control of your life, right? You can like somebody all day, all night long. They can be amazing and funny and attractive and sexually alluring and all of this stuff, but that's not enough. Can you be a team? Do you feel safe? Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Are they meeting you in the middle? Are they making the adjustments and doing the things that needs to be done to really meet you and mesh with you in the middle in order to be a team? Or are y'all just kind of coasting off of physical attraction? Because physical attraction, like I said, isn't enough. You can be physically attracted to somebody all you want to, but if they don't have good communication skills, you're still fucked. If they have good communication skills but they suck at listening skills, you're still fucked, right? So this feels like someone who, yeah, might want to kick it, might want to be around or whatever, or might have other suitors and things that they like. But when it come down to really something they can build, something that's tangible, something that can make progress, something that can materialize, something that both of y'all can put y'all heads together and say, okay, what's the solution? How are we getting over this? What's the issue? What's the thing? And how can we as a team, as partners, really overcome this together? That's what they're looking for. And I think this is someone who feels like they can definitely get more of that out of you than they can out of whatever third party situation they might be in. Yeah, Nine of Swords is here, fell reverse. Nine of Swords is here, also fell reverse. So this is definitely someone who's coming into a different enlightenment, a different mentality, but they probably haven't communicated that to you yet. 4th of July by Meek Mill was just playing, so I do feel like you might be soon hearing some information or getting something that makes you really, really happy, or something that you could feel like that is worth celebrating. Okay, this feels like it's something that could definitely be worth celebrating, worth going out of your way for. The Knight of Cups just tried to flip over in my hand, so yeah, it feels like almost like a confession or like a communication of care or love. You know, this could be definitely looking more at the energy of like, you know, maybe you're dealing with somebody and they finally come to you and say, you know what, I just cut off, dealing with so and so and so and so, and I think I really just want to focus on pouring into this, focus on pouring into us. You might really enjoy that, right? Or you could be the one sharing this with them. But this feels like someone has a mentality or a way of thinking that needs to be released. In person watching, I think it might be you. Okay. Let me shift over here so I can see what this is. Give me a card, a oracle card over here with this Knave of Swords, Nine of Swords reverse. What energy is this? What energy is this that we have going on? Yeah, bad boy. See, this is someone who I think it's you. Person watching, I think you might have a mentality or a way of thinking about things that isn't grounded for one, and then for two is very like anxiety inducing. You know, again, right? Let's look at it from a different viewpoint, a different lens. Again, maybe they are talking to other people. Who's to say that you're not the hot commodity? You know, just because they're dealing with other people, does that mean that they don't care about you? Or who's to say that they're dealing with other people, but it's like, ooh, something so special about person watching. It's just something so special about them. Yeah, I'm talking to other people. Yeah, whatever. But it's really person watching for me. It's really this person for me. It's really the way they think. It's really the way they move. It's really the way they operate. It's really the way they stand for themselves. It's really the morals and the ethics and the codes that they stand for, the things that they believe in. That's what gravitates me to them. Yeah, I might be entertaining, Tom, Dick, Jane, Joan, and Joseph and shit, but at the end of the day, it's them for me. It's you for me. In a world where everybody act like, oh, you can't change a man, you can't change a woman, you can't change nobody, you can't, once a player, always a player. Who's to say that they can't get with you and get right for your program? Whip their ass right on in the shape. Who? Then before you know it, you were like, oh, this person, they used to act like this and they used to do that and they used to do that. And then they got one person watching and then, they just stopped doing it. It's like, yeah, because, I just don't play them type of games. Says person watching. Everybody else put up with your bullshit. Everybody else gonna go with the excuse of that's just who you are. Right? Not me though. You gonna change if you wanna be around this bitch. I saw a meme that I'm kind of being reminded of, and they saying like to be with me is it's a program, but not everybody gets in the program. It's like applying to an Ivy League school. You have to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody gets to just be in the program and just go with the program. This isn't like a community college type of program where all you got to do is just sign up and show up to the meeting and write your name on a paper and you're a part of the program. Nah, I need to see your credentials. I need to see your resume. I need to see your credit history. How many credit history hours you got? Yeah, all of that is going to make up whether or not you're a part of this motherfucker program or not. You do not get to just be a part of this program. You are accepted into this program. And you still will get your ass booted if you get accepted into this bitch and then act like you don't know what the rules, regulations, and guidelines is. Hey, that's just what it is. Right? So this is kind of the energy you need to be in, person watching. I feel like it's you that might come into it with a certain type of mindset. Are you dealing with other people and then getting to compare yourself? Are you, not dealing with other people, but then maybe you kind of liking somebody, got your eye on somebody, and it's just like, maybe you don't trust them. Maybe it's past hurts and past woundings that are coming up at this time that's kind of, making you feel the type of way. Where it's just like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I like them, I like the person, but when they not with me, I be wondering what they doing because I don't hear from them. Why does it have to be that though? You know what I'm saying? What mindsets are you still having in place that's kind of hurting you when it comes to your love life? That's something to think about. You know, how many times do you say throughout the day, well, if they not texting me and talking to me, then who they talking to? Well, they ain't talked to me in 3 hours, so that must mean it's somebody else. Why does it have to mean that? You know what I'm saying? How well can we make the conscious effort, the conscious change, the conscious choice to entertain a different perspective, entertain a different mindset? Are they not talking to you because they're talking to somebody else, or are they not talking to you because they're busy and they don't want to be distracted? Because they're busy and because they, want to give you their full undivided attention when they do come talk to you. Why does it have to be another man? Why does it have to be another woman? Why does it have to be player energy? Why does it have to be a player mindset? Oh, this person think they playing in my face. Do they? Or do they just have their own life and energy going on outside of you that's now triggering you because you've been hurt before in the past? That's not to invalidate anybody's hurts. That's just to say, how can we let that hurt go and let the perspective go with it as we move forward into new love? Again, we have bad boys. If you know the movie, then you already know the saying, right? We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. They have each other's back. You know what I'm saying? Besties, my brother, protect and serve, the code. Yeah, I just said that. You know what I'm saying? It's just something special about a person watching. It's their code of ethics, it's their beliefs, it's their values, it's how they stand for something. It's how they stand for themselves. It's how they defend themselves. It's how they show up for themselves. It's how they show up for other people. That's what's gonna always make me pick person watching. I don't give a fuck who else I'm entertaining. It don't matter what I'm doing, where I'm at, what's going on. At the end of the day, I got my eyes on person watching. Everybody else is kind of just around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else around because they want to be with me and shit. I mean, that's cool. But I'm trying to get over here to see what person watching got going on. That's who I'm checking for, right? That's the mindset you kind of got to be in. But if you don't have that mindset, and if your immediate mindset typically is something negative, something disheartening, something sad, well, they haven't talked to me all day. That must mean that they don't care. They haven't talked to me all day. That must mean that they're talking to somebody else. You know, and in some instances, you might be on point, but in some instances, you might not be. You really have to kind of release a certain mindset, release carrying the baggage around to really be able to get into your intuition. Sometimes the anxiety sound like intuition when you've been hurt enough. Hello? Sometimes the discernment sounds like anxiety. Sometimes the anxiety sounds like discernment when you've been hurt enough. You don't know what your gut telling you. You don't know what to believe. You don't know if this person really care about you and is really down, or if they playing in your face. Because all of it starts to feel the same once you haven't really released it to really come into some new energy. Okay, bottom of the deck, you do have Sade. Okay, number one thing on her face, your love is king, which is an amazing song. Love her so much. But your love is king. If you listen to Sade, you know her discography. You know her discography mostly was about being in love and how much she loved somebody and how they did her greasy. This bitch got 1,000 songs. Love her down. This bitch got 1,000 songs about her heartbreak, how she done gave her whole life, then dedicated so much love and affection and care and nurture to motherfuckers who wouldn't even spit on her if she was on fire, practically. Right? But are you carrying that narrative with you? Are you gonna keep? Now that I think about it, I had an interesting. I was thinking about that earlier when I was doing collectives on Twitter, and I thought about "Not Gonna Cry" by Mary J. Blige, and I was like, isn't she a Capricorn? And now that I'm having the same thought, sorry to feel like I'm, what I'm saying, if I'm derailing the conversation, but it's like, isn't Sade a Capricorn? Why is it Capricorns who always had the most depressing songs? They always have songs about just how I tried to love you and I just love you so much, but you did me so bad. Like, Sade and Mary J. Blige, I think, are two of the sappiest Capricorns in R&B history that I know of. I would have to do a little more history, but anyway, it says no ordinary love, pride, okay, taboo, soul, the lead, okay. So again, what I'm saying? Your love is king. And you have your love is king and you have no ordinary. There is no ordinary love. Come on now. Y'all say girl, my girl be doing it. Okay? What I would give to have just one more shot at I'm like I need her to give us just like one more in 2026 for the times. And then she could officially be done. But anyway, yeah. So that's something to remember, right? Not only is your love king, but I feel like that's a message for you, person watching. Remember, you don't have an ordinary love. Your love, the way you love people, the way you show up, is not ordinary. So when it comes down to how you dealing with other people, yeah, you might be dealing with other people, but at the end of the day, like you have to remember that regardless of if anyone else is dealing with other people outside of you or not, it's you. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who this motherfucker sitting next to, who this motherfucker talking to. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if you found out your little side piece was dibbling and dabbling with Beyonce, bitch. At the end of the day, it's your obligation to understand that you is giving Beyonce a run for her motherfucking money, bitch. That's just what it is. And that's just on your confidence. That's just about how you view yourself. And we all know that Beyonce is Beyonce, bitch. Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you're gonna buckle in your knees and duck and cover, or you gonna understand that look, it ain't a bitch out here that's okay, yeah, you dealing with other people, but they not me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my girl might be dealing with another man, but he ain't me. It don't matter. I don't care who you talk to, I don't care who you entertaining, I don't care who you texting. Because at the end of the day, they not fucking with me. I know that if it ever came push come to shove, you gonna pick me. Of course you know what I'm saying? Why would you not be with me? Why would you pick another man over me? Why would you pick another woman over me? I'm me. This ain't no ordinary love. You know what I'm saying? My love come with a whole lot of soul, a whole lot of this, a whole lot of that. What she said? Well, my girl said sweet as cherry pie. Wild as a Friday night. He was sweet as cherry pie. Yeah, you have to be the one to understand that though. You have to be the one to believe and trust into yourself. But again, this is someone who is willing to ride or die for you. You're currently talking to and dealing with someone who absolutely is willing to ride and die for you, to have your back. This person might also be like a bestie, as much as they might be like a romantic suitor. You know what I'm saying? Protect and serve. So again, this person is here to show up for you. They are protective of you. This is someone who loves you, willing to serve you, willing to meet you in the middle to do what needs to be done in order to really be with you. So what this feels like for some of y'all, again, you're dealing with someone who, yeah, might be dealing with other people, but they know what path they want to be down. Look up under their feet. You see, there's a woman on this path, there's a woman on that path. They ain't even looking at each other. Well, they are looking two different ways. This nigga looking straight ahead. He is in the middle. Okay, he trying to figure out who he want to be with, how he gonna be with him, which one is the best option. You see Cupid over here already giving a little bit of something, right? But at the end of the day, again, it's going to completely be on you to trust what's going on. To say at the end of the day, when if it's between me and another person, I know that you're gonna pick me. If it's between me and another person, I know that this is just what it is. I know that you know what I'm saying? Why would you not? Like it really just depends on you. Like I said, don't worry about who want to talk to them. Worry about them talking to you. Cause you have someone's attention right now. I don't know who this is, or maybe this will be futuristic, but you have someone's attention right now. And that's what you need to be focusing on. Not if they entertaining somebody else. But to say, you know what, at the end of the day, I know that they, person watching, I know that they might be dealing with somebody else. I know that whoever I like, got other people who like them, but we locked in. They fuck with me. They answer the phone when I call. They come see me. They show up for me the way I need them to show up for me. Focus on that. Don't focus on who they might be dealing with when you're not around. Especially because again, you really don't know who they might be dealing with when you're not around. And even if they are dealing with them, right, don't let that affect your confidence to where you feeling like, oh, well, you're just, I guess they're just being a player. They don't really like me like that. No, let that shit go. You could definitely turn a player out. Trust me. Take it from me. I've done it plenty of times. You could definitely turn a player out. Don't let nobody make you feel like you can't. These niggas be fake player until they meet a real motherfucker. And then all of a sudden that player shit go out. All of a sudden all these options and shit, you got so many women to choose from. Now you over here trying to be skin to skin, hip to hip with me. Watch out. What happened? Back up. What happened to all these bitches, all these niggas you be talking to? Now you want to be hip to skin with me. Boo. But it just depends on your energy. When you walk like your don't stink, miraculously you start smelling roses. When you walk like the hottest commodity in the room, you get treated like the hottest commodity in the room. So it just depends on your own intrinsic thoughts, your own way of viewing things, and the conscious effort that you're taking in seeing things differently and viewing things differently. That's all. The mindset, the mentality that you have surrounding this. Yeah, be true to yourself is the oracle card that you got. It says you may not ever understand what's going on in their life. Isn't that I love when my oracle cards basically reiterate exactly what I just said. I love when that happened. I love when that happened. You saw me shuffling on camera. I was shuffling on camera. You saw me shuffling on camera. I love when this happens. It makes me so excited. You may not ever understand what's going on in their life, but you can always figure out what's going on in yours. Be true to yourself. Didn't I just say that? Oh, well, if you ain't talking to me and they ain't responded in 3 hours, that must mean it's somebody else. Oh, well, I ain't heard from them all day. That must mean that you talking to somebody. If you ain't talking to me, then who you talking to? Nobody. Literally nobody. Why? Like, you know what I'm saying? For some of y'all, like I said, it's a mindset thing. I talk to my people on TikTok about that all the time. I just had somebody on my TikTok live act like, oh, was the so and so feel a type of way about me because I blocked them. I was like, well, but why do we as women block men and then want to ask about how they feel about being blocked? That's silly. If you're gonna block the man, block the man. But don't block the man because you want a fucking emotional reaction. That's childish. How old are we? 6? right? So making sure that we're not doing that. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You could be assuming that it's another person, another woman, another man, and the whole time it's not. Maybe they just don't feel like being bothered with you or nobody. Then you got a whole other can of worms to unpack, huh? Because now you're gonna be mad about that. And even if they do have other suitors, again, like I said, maybe you don't know that they talking to other people, but you have an inkling. Maybe for some of you, you know that this person might have dealings outside of whatever you and what connection you and this person have. And that's not an issue. There's no problem with that. But at the end of the day, it's about how you're operating within that. Again, you can't figure out what's going on in their life. All you can do is figure out what's going on to your and yours and be true to yourself. So even if they are dealing with somebody else, who's to say that somebody else is the top pick? Who's to say that, oh, well, I know that, well, they just being a player, you know what I'm saying? You just telling me what I want to hear. Are they? Is that a past hurt narrative thought that you're having, or is that an intuitive inkling that they just being a player? Are they being a player? Do you know that they're really being a player? Because again, you don't know if they choosing, how they choosing. You don't know what they pray at the end of the night and who they pray to. You don't know none of that shit. All you can do is really make assumptions and assume based off of what your past. Which, if it hasn't been the best, isn't haven't been the most healing, if it hasn't been the most fulfilling, then you're not doing anything but projecting and assuming the worst. Are they picking another person over you because they like them over you? Are they just being a player? Or again, is it really you for them? Your essence, how you show up, your code, how you ride. Are they not talking to you because there's other people and other women and other men involved? Because somebody else got their attention? Or again, do they just not want to be bothered? Sometimes they just get wrapped. Sometimes people just get wrapped up with life. Sometimes people have personal shit going on that they don't necessarily want to share, so they just keep it to themselves until they feel like they can get over it. At the end of the day, though, again, you can't figure out what's going on in their life, and you can't control what they doing and how they doing it. All you can do is show up true to yourself and focus on what's going on in your life and try to work on that the best way that you can. So yeah, that's been your reading. Thank you so much if you've gotten this far. Like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thumbs up. Leave me some comments in the comment section if you want to let me know how this resonated for you. Again, my name is B, just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this. And yeah, I'm open for personal readings. You can find my discount code down below in the description box. You can find me on other platforms down below in the description box, just in case if you want to jump on those sales and jump on those readings, like I said. And yeah, I'm Audi 5000, and I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.